She used to close the gap. This time, she does not. A cold reply would come, and within an hour, she had sent the explanation, the reassurance, the message that made everything feel normal before the silence could settle. His response may not be panic, it may be relief. For some people with avoidant patterns, less pursuit can mean less pressure. Now the distance stays open, without her reassurance making his withdrawal reversible. Here are 3 things that shift when she stops repairing it. Number 1, the immediate response may be relief, not reckoning. After conflict, closeness, or a request for clarity, distance can reduce the demands an avoidantly attached person feels. There is no difficult conversation to continue, no expectation to answer, and no vulnerability to manage. That reduction may register as room to breathe. His calm can look like proof that he is happier without her, making her feel she should restore warmth. But momentary relief does not reveal what the relationship means to him. It may simply show that distance removed pressure he did not know how to tolerate. Relief and care can coexist, so can relief and emotional limitation. His initial response offers information about how he handles pressure. It is not a command for her to chase him, shrink her needs, or make reconnection effortless. Number 2, her repair work previously kept the distance from becoming a real consequence. Think about what usually happened after he pulled away. She checked whether he was okay. She explained her intentions again. She took a vague reply and built it into a complete conversation, or she reopened contact as though nothing needed to be addressed. Those instincts may have come from care, but repeated over time, they created a quiet structure. He determined when the distance began, while she carried responsibility for ending it. Healthy repair is mutual. Both people acknowledge what happened and help close the gap. The problem was not that she wanted repair, it was that repair had become her repeated responsibility, performed alone. Her effort shielded him from one consequence of withdrawing, having to sit with the possibility that the connection would not restore itself. Her availability remained assumed, while her needs remained unanswered. The distance felt temporary because she made it temporary. When she stops doing that work, she is not manufacturing a loss to punish him. She is no longer covering the gap. The silence begins reflecting what each person is contributing. What once felt like a temporary pause may feel uncertain because the bridge back is no longer being built. That is where relief can change, not necessarily into panic or regret, but into awareness that distance may now cost access. Number 3. Without her doing the reaching, his response reveals participation rather than merely emotion. He may notice the missing reassurance. He may send a small check-in, expect her to return, or remain distant. None of these responses alone proves love, regret, readiness, or change. The useful question is not whether he notices her absence. It is whether he responds with clarity, effort, and follow-through. A message that says, "Hey, thinking about you," may reduce his uncertainty without addressing what created the distance. A message that names what happened and asks to talk shows more willingness to approach the rupture. But meaningful repair still requires participation after contact resumes. Visible discomfort may show that access has changed. It does not prove that his capacity for a mutual relationship has changed. His behavior can reveal what he is willing and able to contribute to the repair she previously carried alone. This is not about withdrawing to produce a reaction. It's about no longer treating his reaction as the only evidence that matters. Once she stops converting minimal effort into reconnection, she can see clearly what he brings. His relief may shift because it is no longer cushioned by her availability, but relief alone was not proof that he was rejecting her, and a later response would not prove everything had changed. What matters is what happens after the pressure settles, while the distance remains and nobody closes it for him. The deeper shift belongs to her. She stops treating his relief or discomfort as something she must manage. She stops carrying both sides of the connection and lets his behavior answer a question. When access is no longer guaranteed, does he participate in creating clarity, safety, and repair? She can observe his answer without treating it as a measurement of her worth. His response does not determine her value. If a message can no longer restore his access without meaningful repair, the next analysis explains what changes when low-effort contact no longer gives an avoidant access to you. I'm Attachment Decoded, and I'll see you in the next analysis.